Hey everyone, welcome back to ML Works. In this video, we'll be discussing about KNN, which is also known as K nearest neighbor, and we'll also implement the same with the help of NumPy package. To understand KNN, let's look at this plot where we have data points projected on 2D space, and there are two classes. One is class B and there is class A, and you are tasked to identify which class does the new data point belongs. Now, when you said k has 3, which means that you will be looking at 3 nearest neighbor. So based on that condition, you will notice that there are two data points which belong to class B. And based on that majority voting, we can say that new data point belongs to class B. Now, if you said k has 7, based on that condition, we can notice there are 4 data points which belong to class A are closest to the new data point. So based on the value of k, we can see that this data point belongs to class A now. So basically, as you change the value of k, the prediction changes. Unlike other models like linear regression or logistic regression, which uses parameters or during the training phase, which undergoes gradient descent and identifies the parameter, the KNN is a lazy learner. It doesn't do such things, like it doesn't learn any mathematical parameters. So it basically understands the data set, and on the fly during the prediction phase, it calculates which data points are closest to the new data point. Now let's move on to the core concept behind the value of k. So here, if you notice, we have four plots where k is equal to 1 initially, and we move towards k is equal to 10. Now at k is equal to 1, we can see the decision boundary of this plot is much more jagged and sensitive to individual data points. So there are many blobs that have been present here which belong to different class. So it is highly sensitive to single data point. Now this leads to overfitting, and because the model reacts to the noise in the data. Now, as you move towards k is equal to 10, you can see that the decision boundary is much more smoother and it is less sensitive to noise. Thus, it can lead to underfitting because it might ignore the local patterns that are present in the dataset. Now, let's understand the math behind KNN. So, how does KNN define which data point is closer? Now, that's where the distance metric comes into picture. So consider you have 2 points P and Q with the coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now you can either use Euclidean distance or Manhattan distance to identify the distance between the two data points. So basically, in Euclidean distance, we calculate the straight line between the 2 points. It acts like a ruler. So this is the formula for that, the square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. And for Manhattan distance, the distance is measured following a grid-like path similar to navigating streets. So you can move along horizontally and vertically, and the formula looks like x2 minus x1 absolute plus y2 minus y1 absolute. So these are the distance metrics through which you can calculate the distance between two data points, and you can identify the nearest data point. So now let's understand the pros and cons of using KNN. So KNN is simple to understand because it purely depends on the distance metric, which is like easier to explain to the stakeholders, and there is no assumptions made by the algorithm while it is trying to make the prediction. And it is versatile. You can apply this algorithm on classification task and regression task out of the box. But when it comes to cons, since we are trying to calculate the distance across all the data points, it makes it computationally expensive, and also you have to load the entire data set into your RAM, which makes it high memory footprint. And the major drawback is when you have high dimensional data set, okay, it is very difficult for the KNN algorithm to calculate the distance because the distance loses its meaning when it comes to high dimensional data. Now with this understanding, let us jump on to our implementation aspect of KNN. So let me go to the code editor here. So here we can just first import all the necessary packages. So first we'll import NumPy as np. and then we can import, probably we can import the collections. From collections, import counter, and then we can import a data set from sklearn dot data sets, import iris data set, which has around 3 classes, I guess. And once we are done with this, we can just move on to our class for knn. Class knn, and let's define our constructor here, which takes in the k value, which is set as default as k is equal to 3, and then we can type in self dot k is equal to k. So before we jump start to our fit method and prediction method, so we have to define the Euclidean distance such that we can calculate the distance between two vectors. So for which we can define Euclidean distance as Euclidean underscore distance, which takes in v1 comma v2, and its formula is np square root followed by np sum followed by v1 minus v2 the whole square. So we find out the distance between two vectors. Now we have to define the fit method. So we have discussed in the presentation that we don't train any model here. We just understand the data set and make the calculation during the inference phase directly. So here our fit method won't do much. So self dot x comma self y, and then self dot x is equal to x, self dot y is equal to y. So this is what fit method will do here. Now we have to define our prediction phase. We have to define two functions. One is predict and other is underscore predict. So they have their own purpose. So here underscore predict will take in self dot your sample. So before we complete this one, let me go here and define the predict function first. Predict self comma x test, and then we have to iterate each sample from x test and find the distance between that sample and all the data points that are present in the training data set. So what we'll do is first here we'll be calculating y label is equal to self dot not the Euclidean distance. So here what we'll do is we'll call self dot underscore predict and take in this specific sample, which is for loop x in x underscore test, and we'll be getting our prediction, which will be 0 or 1 or whatever the class is. And here finally we'll be returning as np dot array of y label. So before we do anything, let me just comment this out for now. We'll be uncommenting it later when we run the algorithm. So here we are taking in the sample underscore predict. This is the sample we take here, and we have to calculate the distance first. So distances is equal to self dot Euclidean distance followed by sample comma. We have to iterate through all the data points from training data set. So we have to set it as x again for x in self dot x. We'll get the distances here. Once the distances are calculated, we have to sort the distances based on the nearest neighbor. So what we can do is we'll get the indices of the nearest neighbors by using np dot arc sort, giving the distances, and then we'll be taking the top k, which is self dot k. So once we get the indices, we have to identify the labels for that as well. So what I'll do is y underscore label is equal to, here I'll be iterating through all the indices, and I'll be taking out the value from y target, self dot y followed by I. So we'll get the label also here. Now once we do that, let me just print off counter of y label. We'll see which classes the nearest neighbor belong to, and then we'll be let me just comment this out for now, the return statement. Okay, let me just keep it as it is. Now what we can do is we can load the data set. So x comma y is not the x comma y. So first we have to get data is equal to iris data set, and then we have to take x comma y from data dot data comma data dot target. We'll get our features and labels. Now we have to initialize our knn. So let me run this first here and initialize knn is equal to knn, and I'll be setting my k as 5 instead of 3, which is set as default value here. So once we have defined this, we can set knn dot fit, and we can send in x comma y, and then we can do knn dot predict. We can also what we can do is we can split the data set here. So for that, from sklearn dot model selection import train test split, and we can say x underscore train x underscore test y underscore train comma y underscore test is equal to train test split of x comma y, and then we can set it as test size as 0.2 and random state as 1 2 3. Now we are done with this. Also we have got our x train and y train. We'll fit it on x train and y train, and we'll predict it on probably we can set it as x test, and we'll get our y labels here. We won't get anything here because we are not returning anything, okay, in any of this predict function. So we'll be just looking at the print statement of this one. So let me run this now. So you will notice that this is 4555, okay, and let me see. So what I can do is here I can just type in the most common followed by this one. So the most common, okay, so this is the one. Let me just click the scrollable 5554. So I think these are the labels. So we have to pick this out. So I can take this out from here, 0 and 0. So these are, as I said, there are 3 classes, right? So this is the one, 2, 1, 0 for different data that is coming from xtest. What is the corresponding class? If I just look at this is the one. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the accuracy. What I'll do here is let me just type in here def accuracy. It will take in x y test and y predict. So this is my y predict, right? So I'll just do y predict. I'll turn this into not y labels, while y predict. Let me run this again. Now I have to calculate the accuracy. So what I'll do is np.sum of y underscore test is equal to y underscore pred followed by length of y underscore test. So let me run this. Now we have y pred, we have y test. Let's calculate the accuracy here now. So y underscore test and y underscore pred. Now let's see. So this is giving a floating point value of 0.0. So what I'll do right here, I am not printing anything here right now. So np.label, I'll be just taking this out, taking this one. So take this one, and that will be my return statement. Yeah. So let me run this, let's run this. Okay, now you can see that our accuracy is 0.96%. So we are able to train KNN. We were able to test it out with the help of accuracy metric. We have calculated distances between the data points, and we sorted the distances such that we can get the nearest neighbor. We took the corresponding indices and took that label out, and then we saw which label is frequently appearing, and that is how we are predicting our label also. So we are almost done with this video because we were able to train and test the model of KNN. So I'll see you in the next video where we'll be implementing some other algorithm. So till then, thank you for watching ML Works.